They built the first global bank, they invented the corporation, and then they vanished. The Knights Templar weren't just warriors. They were the medieval world's most powerful financial empire, and their secrets are still hidden beneath our feet. Welcome to Past Chronicles, the secrets history tried to bury. Here's what you didn't know about medieval finance. It wasn't invented in Florence, not in Venice, not in Amsterdam. It was invented by warrior monks in the Holy Land, and it changed everything. The Knights Templar were founded in 1119, 9 knights, poor, unknown. They took vows of poverty, chastity, and obedience, standard monastic stuff. But they added something unique, a vow to protect pilgrims traveling to Jerusalem. This was dangerous work. The roads were plagued by bandits, Muslim armies, desert raiders. Most knights who tried to protect pilgrims died. The Templars didn't. They fought differently, trained differently, lived differently. They were the special forces of the medieval world. And they grew fast. By 1200, there were thousands of Templars. Across Europe, across the Middle East, they built fortresses, commanderies, preceptories, a network of power that spanned continents. From Scotland to Syria, from Portugal to Poland. The Templars were everywhere. But here's where it gets interesting. The Templars weren't just fighters, they were administrators, accountants, bankers, the most sophisticated financial organization the world had ever seen. Let me show you how it worked. Pilgrims needed money for their journeys to the Holy Land. Carrying gold was dangerous. Bandits, thieves, accidents, you could lose everything. So the Templars created a solution, a financial revolution. Deposit your money at a Templar house in Paris. Receive a letter of credit, a piece of paper with encryption, symbols only Templars could read. Cash it at a Templar house in Jerusalem, minus a small fee, maybe 5%. This was banking. Modern banking. 300 years before the Medici. 500 years before the Fuggers, the Templars invented it. But they didn't stop there. The Templars managed estates. Huge estates. Kings and nobles gave them land, tax exemptions, special privileges. By 1300, the Templars owned approximately 9,000 manors across Europe. They were the largest landowners in France, in England, in Spain. They collected rents from peasants, from towns, from markets. They operated mills, bakeries, vineyards. They were a vertical integration machine. Everything they needed, they produced themselves. They also lent money to kings, to popes, to anyone who could pay. Philip IV of France owed them a fortune. So did Edward I of England. So did half the nobility of Europe. The Templars were the world's first multinational corporation, and they were too big to fail. Or so they thought. The Templars had enemies, powerful enemies, kings who resented their independence, nobles who owed them money, church officials who envied their wealth. The Templars were rich, powerful, and vulnerable. Philip IV of France was the most dangerous enemy. He was called Philip the Fair, fair of face, not of character. He was a master of propaganda, a ruthless politician, and he was bankrupt. Philip had spent everything on war, on palaces, on propaganda. He owed the Templars a fortune. He owed everyone a fortune. And he needed a solution. The solution was simple. Destroy the Templars. Seize their wealth. Erase his debts. But Philip couldn't just attack them. The Templars were too powerful, too popular. He needed a pretext, a reason, and he found one. Heresy. On Friday, October 13th, 1307, Philip struck. He sent sealed orders to every official in France. Open at dawn. Arrest every Templar. Seize their property. Take their records. The arrests were massive. Hundreds of Templars, Grand Master Jock de Moe, preceptors, knights, servants, everyone. They were taken to prisons, chained, interrogated. The charges were absurd: heresy, sodomy, witchcraft, worshipping a mysterious idol called Baphomet, denying Christ, spitting on the cross, all the standard accusations, all false. But Philip had a weapon: torture. The Templars were tortured systematically. The strappado arms tied behind the back, lifted by a rope, dropped suddenly, shoulders dislocated, agony, the rack, body stretched, joints separated, bones cracked, screams, fire, feet burned, flesh charred, the smell, the pain, the horror. Many confessed. They would have confessed to anything: to worshipping the devil, to killing Christ, to flying to the moon. Torture makes people say whatever the torturer wants to hear. But some didn't confess. They endured, they died, they became martyrs. Jacques de Mar, the Grand Master, confessed under torture. Then he recanted. He said he was innocent. He said the Templars were innocent. He was burned at the stake, slowly, in public, an old man, a warrior, a martyr. The Pope, Clement V, was Philip's puppet. He dissolved the order, gave Templar properties to the Hospitallers, another military order, less wealthy, less independent, more controllable, and the greatest financial empire of the medieval world vanished overnight. But not completely. The Templars had been preparing. They knew Philip was coming. Records were hidden. Treasures were moved. Ships sailed from French ports on the night of the arrests, to Scotland, to Portugal, to unknown destinations. What happened to the Templar fleet? To their archives? To their gold? We don't know. Not for certain. Legends persist. Templar treasure buried at Oak Island, a small island off Nova Scotia. Mysterious pits, strange stones, complex engineering. Could it be? Some people think so. Others are skeptical. Templar secrets hidden in Roslin Chapel, a small church in Scotland, built by the Sinclair family. Alleged Templar descendants. Intricate carvings, strange symbols, corncobs, aloe vera, plants from the New World, carved before Columbus. How Templar descendants guarding ancient knowledge, secret societies, Freemasons, Rosicrucians, all allegedly connected to the Templars. All allegedly guarding secrets. Truth or fantasy? Probably both. Recent archaeological work has revealed Templar sites we never knew existed. Underground chambers at the Temple Mount in Jerusalem. Secret tunnels beneath the Templar headquarters in Paris. Caches of documents, seals, coins, weapons. The Templars were systematic, organized. They planned for the worst, and they prepared escape routes, hiding places, secret repositories. What did they hide? Where did they hide it? We're still finding out. The Templar banking system survived. In a way, the principles they established became the foundation of modern finance. Letters of credit, checks, corporate structures, international transfers. All Templar inventions, all still in use today. When you use a credit card, when you write a check, when you transfer money internationally, you're using systems the Templars invented 800 years ago. So what should you take from this? First, power attracts enemies. The Templars were too successful, too wealthy, too independent. They answered to no king, no pope, no one. And that made them targets. Philip IV destroyed them, not because they were heretics, but because he couldn't control them. Remember this: success breeds jealousy. Independence breeds hostility. Second, financial innovation outlasts political power. The Templars are gone, their order dissolved, their members dead, but their banking system remains. Their financial innovations still shape our world. Ideas are harder to kill than people. Good ideas persist. They evolve, they adapt, they survive. Third, history is written by the victors. The Templars were condemned as heretics, their reputation destroyed, their legacy tarnished. But were they heretics? Probably not. Their real crime was being rich and independent. Their real crime was threatening the power of kings. Remember this when you hear official narratives. Question them. Investigate them. The truth is often different from what we're told. The Knights Templar were warriors, bankers, innovators, martyrs. They built the first global financial empire, and they paid the ultimate price for their success. Their story isn't over. Archaeologists are still finding Templar sites. Historians are still uncovering Templar documents. Treasure hunters are still searching for Templar gold. Maybe one day we'll find the answers. Maybe we'll discover what really happened to their fleet, their archives, their treasure. Maybe we'll understand who they really were, what they really believed, why they were really destroyed. Until then, the Templars remain one of history's greatest mysteries. A medieval empire that invented modern finance and vanished overnight. If this revealed something you didn't know, subscribe, because next week we're uncovering another secret empire, one that controlled the world's most valuable resource for 1,000 years, one that built wonders we still can't explain. The secrets are still out there. You just need to know where to look. This is Past Chronicles, where history's hidden truths finally come to light.